Okay, so good morning, class. I'm going to discuss the DIAS Quarter 4 Module 12, the functions of applied social science. So the first activity, it will be in your notebook. So this will be a Quarter 4 A12. Q4, the code is Q4 A12 in your notebook again. So after you answer this, discussion. So according to Bertrand Russell, the fundamental concept in social science is power, in the same sense in which energy is fundamental concept in physics. The social science encompass a broad range of disciplines that study society and human interactions, contributing to our understanding of cultural development. This field includes history, political science, sociology, psychology, economics, and more. If you remember when we discussed the first semester, we study all of the branches, the political science, the sociology, psychology, and economics, and a lot of branches in social science. And now in the second sem, we study the applied social science, which is the counseling, the social work, and the communication. So, applied social science emerged to make practical use of this knowledge, particularly noticeable since the late 1990s. This branch equips students with the skills needed for careers in counseling, social work, and communication. So, let's proceed with our main topic, the functions of applied social science. The function of applied social science in self-development. The number one is counseling, because it offers guidance to individuals in various situations of conflict, confusion, and crisis, and provide the tools for the individual to address issues for self-development. That's why we study this. Nagawa pa nga kayo ng video para mas malaman nyo na hindi naman pala masama ang counseling. Mabuti ang counseling para sa development ng sarili kasi iba-iba tayo ng mga nararanasan. Sa panahon ngayon, maraming problema ang kinakaharap ng isang individual, ay mas magandang malaman na meron palang counseling na makakatulong sa bawat individual. The next one is social work. It offers a wide range of services, particularly in aid of liberating the marginalized individuals and facilitating participation in the public goods and services that are necessary for self-development. Kaya nga kayo inaral dito para alam niyo yung mga pwedeng maibigay sa inyo na mga services. At the same time, hindi lang kayo mabigyan ng mga services, tinuruan kayo dito kung paano, kung sakali kayo ay maging parte ng social work, ay maibigay nyo sa tao kung ano yung tama. Last one is communication. Communication empowers the individual with listening and speaking skills in order to them to be effective. The individual has to be sure that the message come across accurately, but considering the message itself, the audience or receiver, and how the message is likely to be received. So pinag-aaralan natin dito sa communication, yung proper na pagdi-deliver ng mga mensahe. Kasi kung hindi tayo marunong, hindi natin alam yung mga factors, hindi natin alam yung mga goal ng communication, ay hindi natin alam kung paano magagawa ng tama to. Since ito ang pinaka-importante, according nga sa pinag-aralan natin ng second sem, ito ay kailangan sa pang-araw-araw na buhay. So let's proceed the process of self-development. Improving oneself doesn't happen overnight. Successful personal development is dependent on targets, such as one goals and strategies. If you remember the counseling, ang counseling ay hindi nangyayari sa isang araw lamang. Ito ay may session at matagalan. Depende sa iyong nararamdaman kung ano yung gamutan na ibibigay sa iyo. Pwedeng maraming session, pwedeng maiksi, depende sa mga nararanasan ng isang tao. So the step one is creating a vision of yourself. So paano nga ba? So creating a vision of yourself, bilang isang tao, kailangan bago ka kumilos ay magkaroon ka ng vision sa iyong sarili. Ano ba yung parang gusto mong mangyari sa buhay mo? So, dahil doon, dahil yun yung gusto mong mangyari sa buhay mo, ay meron tayong step 2, the setting specific goals. Ano ba yung goal mo sa buhay para maganap yung isang vision mo? Example, ang goal mo, makapag-aral, makatapos ng pag-aaral, para ikaw ay maging isang doktor. So, identify yung action plans. So, kung hindi man isang doktor, kahit anong gusto mo maging paglaki mo. Paano mo ma-identify ang action plans mo? So, syempre, ano yung mga gagawin mong step by step para matupad yung mga pangarap mo, yung vision mo mismo, yung goal mo. Ano yung mga step mo? Ikaw ba ay nagtatrabaho, tumutulong sa magulang, at kung ano-ano pa. Mag-aaral ng maigi. And the last one is evaluating outcomes. Dahil ba sa yung mga ginawa, ano ba yung mga nangyari? Hindi lahat ng ating vision ay pwedeng matupad. Kasi depende ito sa ating mga ginagawa na action plan. Ano ba yung mga action mo? Kasi hindi pwedeng mag-stop tayo pag hindi natin natupad yung vision or goal. Kailangan meron tayong plan B na para kung sakali ay magtutuloy-tuloy pa rin yung ating vision. Matutupad mo pa rin siya unti-unti. Kung sakali man meron kang plan B na maaari mong mapuntahan kung sakaling hindi mo man maabot yung vision na gusto mo. So, let us proceed the function of applied social science to persuasion. So, ang persuasion ay ano bang kaulugan? Being able to convince other people to change their attitudes or behavior. So, kailangan ang applied social science para tayo makapag-persuade. Kaya nga tayong mga soksay, kilala tayo bilang magagaling magsalita, magagaling magsulat. So, kung pinili nyo ang UMS, kayo ay nasa tamang kurso, nasa tamang strand para maging isang mag-persuade ng mga tao upang mapaniwala ito. At sana, pag tayo ay nagbibigay ng mga ideya, ay mga tama ang mga ating source. Legit ang ating source. Kasi maaari din tayong mag-persuade kahit mali yung nasa isip natin. Kailangan, tama din yung ating mga binibigay na source at legit. Hindi yung nagkukos tayo ng apoy na hindi naman totoo, di ba? Mas maganda, nagsasabi tayo, nagpe-persuade tayo ng tao, pero totoo yung mga sinasabi natin. Next one is function of applied social science to arts and entertainment. So, akala nyo ba na hindi kailangan ng applied social science sa arts and entertainment? Kailangan to. So, because arts and entertainment are a reflection of a country's culture and society. To be able to understand and analyze the development and new trends in the arts and entertainment. It is important to be familiar about the people's social and cultural conditions. So, kailangan, pag ikaw ay nag-arts and entertainment, kailangan uma-apply ka rin sa ating kultura. Kasi hindi pwedeng basta lang makapag-entertain pero nababastos mo na yung kultura ng Pilipinas. Hindi ganon. Kaya mahalaga pa rin ang function ng applied social science to the arts and entertainment. Next is function of applied social science to news and information. So, kailangan din ng applied social science to news and information. Why? Because the news and current affairs sector emphasize the need of a balanced, objective, and truthful rendering of political and other important events as they actually happen. So, ibig sabihin nga nito, mahalaga ito sa field ng journalism kasi kailangan makatotohanan yung inilalahad nating balita. At lahat ng ating mga natutuklasan tungkol sa lipunan. Kasi kawawa na rin naman yung mga tao kung maniniwala sila sa mga maling balita. The function of applied social science to organizing advocacy and mobilization. So advocacy groups are organized to inform and educate on public issues and influence people on the development of policies. Advocacy group also plays important roles in the development of political and social system. So meron kang advocacy, example, advocacy sa edukasyon, advocacy sa anti-corruption, advocacy sa mga taong inaapi. So, kailangan tayo, ang mga applied social science ay ginagamit dito upang magtayo ng mga advokasya at gumalaw ang mga tao o tinatawag natin na civil society na para maging parte sila sa mga solusyon na kinakaharap ng ating lipunan sa ngayon. Okay, so dito naman, the following are some of the different activities of advocacy. Community organizing and mobilization, so mga cleanup drive, tree planting, and so on. Number two is information dissemination. So, providing communities and people the right information on important political, social, and economic issues affecting them. So, ang ginagawa dito ay nagbibigay ng informasyon. So, yung sa mga social media na nagbibigay ng mga balita sa tao. Research, conducting research that reflects the needs of the community. So, they are the people conducting research kung ano ba yung mga problema na kinakaharap ng mga tao sa lipunan. So, the last one is training. Training session that will teach successful strategy and skills for personal and community development. So, sila yung nagbibigay ng mga training sa mga tao pang magkaroon ng mga pangkabuhayan. So, yun yung mga advocacy na available dito. So next is the function of applied social science to education. The academe is one of the most relevant career tracks that applied social scientists can pursue. The multidisciplinary approach in the study of the applied social science can equip students with the skills and expertise to work in schools, colleges, and universities. So ang applied social science ay nagpa-function din dito. Dahil kadalasan naman ang mga curriculum ay sumasagot sa mga problema ng ating lipunan? Ano ba yung mga pagkukulang ng mga kabataan para masolve nila yung mga problema na kinakaharap ng ating lipunan sa ngayon? This is the four pillars of education according to UNESCO. Education throughout life is based on four pillars: learning to know, learning to do, learning to live together, and learning to be. If you're going to pursue a teaching career, you're going to study this in your curriculum. Learning to know combines a sufficiently broad general knowledge with the opportunity to work in depth on a small number of subjects. This also means learning to learn so as to benefit from the opportunities education provides throughout. Next is learning to do acquires not only yung mga hindi lang occupational skills but also more broadly the competence to deal with many situations and work in teams. So learning to do. Learning to do, hindi lamang ito yung mga natututunan mo, hindi lang ito yung mga parang trabaho. Pati na rito yung mga paikisalamuha mo sa kapwa. So, nandito nga, it also means learning to do in the context of young people's various social and work experiences, which may be informal as a result of the local or national context or formal involving courses, alternating study and work. So, yan yung learning. And the next one, the third one is learning to live together, develops an understanding of other people on appreciation of interdependence, carrying out joint projects, and learning to manage conflicts in a spirit of respect for the values of pluralism, mutual understanding, and peace. So we need to learning to live together. Kahit ano pang religion, kahit ano pang kultura, kahit saan ka man galing sa Pilipinas. And this is one of the pillar, the learning to live together. And the last one is learning to be, develop one's personality, be able to act with ever greater autonomy, judgment, and personal responsibility. In that connection, education must not disregard any aspect of a person's potential, memory, reasoning, aesthetic, sense, physical capacities, and communication skills. For short, learning to be is ma-develop ka bilang ikaw na gagawin mo yung trabaho mo, gagawin mo yung responsibilidad mo pag ikaw ay nasa isa ng trabaho. Kung ano mang trabaho, yung gusto mo maging paglaki mo. Or kung ano yung pangarap mong makuwang trabaho balang araw. So next, dito, choose one from the 6 topics discussed: self-development, persuasion, arts, entertainment, news and information, mobilization and advocacy, education. At this time of pandemic, elaborate how social media play its role. So, topic, social media. So, pipili kayo ng ano ba ang magiging topic nyo sa anim na to. So, yun lamang ang gagawin dito. So, this is included as a quarter 4, Q4, A12. So, the next one is identify which process is being described. Write the initial letters before each number. So, yan. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. So, ito yung sasagutan nyo. Harapin ito. Ito ay Q4A12. So, yan yung tanong. Pabasa lang at sagutan. Okay, the last one is the multiple choice. Also, kasama pa rin ito ng Q4A12. So, ito yung unang tanong, unang tatlong tanong. Next, ito naman ay ang 4 and 5. So, ito na ang tapos ng ating quarter 4, A12. I choose to have a video lesson like this because pag mag-online ako, konti lang yung mag-online eh. The average is 18 to 20. And the maximum number of students per section is 40. So I choose this para at least naman yung mga offline, yung mga medyo mabagal ang internet, ay makahabol pa rin sa mga gawain. So I hope na nasasagutan nyo, hindi ko naman kayo tinatambakan ng gawain because this module is applicable for 2 days within a week. So good luck sa inyo at sana masagutan nyo lahat. Thank you.